On a scouting patrol on the Eastern Front, 2 German Tiger tanks suddenly run into a formation of over 20 Soviet tanks. Over the next 15 minutes, these 2 Tigers take a staggering amount of punishment. They are hit over 10 times at close range by 76.2 millimeter armor-piercing shells. The impacts are so violent that the suspension arms are physically torn away from the track system, but the core armor holds completely. Inside, the crews remain undisturbed. They calmly select targets, aim and fire, knocking out 10 of the Soviet tanks before the engagement is over. On a tactical level, the Tiger I was an indestructible landmark of the battlefield. In a direct firefight, its massive vertical plating could withstand almost any anti-tank round of the era. That level of dominance is why the German army built elite units around this machine, like Heavy Tank Battalion 503, formed in early 1942. This unit was equipped with 45 Tigers specifically designed for massive offensive breakthroughs. This shows a full-strength heavy tank battalion of 45 tanks. But daily readiness data from the Eastern Front reveals a different reality. The gray icons represent tanks out of service. It was rare for even half the available Tigers to actually be operational. If enemy fire couldn't pierce the hull, something else was hollowing out the heavy tank battalions from the inside. By the summer of 1943, during the armored clashes at Kursk, Battalion 503 claimed nearly 400 kills, but they were also beginning to succumb to the sheer mass of their own equipment. The armor that kept the crews safe pushed the vehicle's weight past 50 tons. To move that mass, the tank relied on a complex Maybach engine and an 8-speed transmission. When drivers pushed these machines too hard, the engines would easily overheat, and the highly stressed transmission gears would simply snap under the load. The suspension system added another layer of fragility. The Tiger used overlapping interleaved road wheels to distribute its immense weight. In the field, these wheels would pack tightly with mud. When the temperature dropped, that mud froze solid, locking the wheels in place and snapping the track line. The exact same mass that made the Tiger's armor impenetrable also made it an overstrained machine that constantly struggled to move its own weight. Crews were forced into a cycle of continuous field repairs. A tank this heavy required meticulous preventative maintenance to remain operational, but the rapid pace of combat rarely offered the time to perform it. A 1945 engineering assessment of a single test Tiger revealed the cost of that neglect. In a distance of just over 7,700 kilometers, the tank required 4 complete engine replacements. When a Tiger did break down, getting it off the battlefield was an ordeal. Because of its extreme weight, it often took multiple heavy recovery vehicles chained together to tow a single bogged-down Tiger out of the mud. In 1943, when the German army was still advancing, they could recover broken tanks and return them to service. But as the army began to retreat, this maintenance requirement became an operational dead end. By early 1944, Battalion 503 was trapped in the Cherkasy Pocket. As the lines collapsed, access to servicing facilities and spare parts vanished. The unit's logs from mid-February show a sharp change. Entire groups of Tigers are lost, but they aren't marked as combat casualties. Instead, the logs repeatedly list them as destroyed by crew. This was the logic of the retreat. If a tank suffered a blown transmission or a thrown track and couldn't be instantly towed, the crew had to plant explosives inside their own vehicle to prevent the advancing Soviets from capturing it. Within weeks, the primary cause of the battalion's attrition flipped entirely from combat losses to deliberate, self-inflicted destruction. This chart visualizes the battalion's daily losses. You can see a sudden spike here on March 30, 1944, when Battalion 503 lost 24 Tigers in a single day. The causes behind those losses are jarring. Only one of those 24 tanks was lost in combat. 2 were lost during a river crossing. The remaining 21 Tigers were abandoned and scuttled because they were under repair and couldn't be moved. The unit wasn't wiped out by an enemy ambush. It suffered a total mechanical collapse that forced retreating men to pack their own machinery with high explosives. The remnants of Battalion 503 were eventually pulled off the line and rebuilt with new Tiger. 2 tanks before being sent back into a deteriorating front. By April 1945, as they withdrew into Austria, the cycle repeated. They continued shedding their remaining vehicles, leaving them disabled in city streets and fields due to mechanical failures and abandonment. When the battalion finally surrendered, they had officially destroyed hundreds of enemy vehicles, yet they were ultimately defeated by the engineering of their own machines. The Tiger tank represents the failure of tactical performance to translate into strategic survival. German engineering prioritized raw combat power while neglecting field repair and part standardization, and the logistics required to keep a retreating army moving. A tank's armor is only as strong as its transmission. For many Tiger crews, a single broken gear in the mud proved more terminal than any enemy shell. It left them one duty: lighting the fuse inside their fortress.